Food have always played a vital role in our family. My parents, having gone through the Khmer Rouge genocide and having lose their parents, food have always been scarce for them. They worked about 23 hours a day and they were fed about 10 grains of rice. Almost 2 million people were starved to death during that time. It's called the killing field. My parents, like what most parents would do anything to get the child help. So they decided to cross the landmine borders of Thailand and snuck into essentially a prison where we stayed for 6 years. Our prayer got answered. After 6 years, we got sponsored San Diego and we end up in Ocean Beach. We didn't speak a lick of English. We didn't have any money. We lived in a car and then lived in a garage.
Our whole lives, we've been kind of like the underdog fight. When the time looked the bleakest, there was always that, shining light in the kindness of a stranger. Growing up, working, and just seeing kind of the simple joy that our parents got from selling at the time it was like 35 cents for a donut.
We didn't go to hospitality school or colleges. We learned everything from that little donut shop. It's one of the most labor-intensive work where the margin extremely low, but from that, my parents have never turned down a charity. They brought what they did back in Cambodia that got them to be successful into using a donut shop also. Knowing how hard they work, my parents really would never imagine would be restaurateur. Unfortunately, we all decided to get our foot in the door and started the original OB Noodle House back in 2007.
We started out with a small little location, 15 people. Every time I think about it, it's been kind of like a surreal experience. But it came from that to selling out on our first day, having a 3-hour wait on our second day. It's unreal. It's unreal. Everybody thought we were crazy. We thought we were crazy.
I remember that we didn't realize the difference between a type 1 and type 2 hood. Before it was a pizza restaurant, so they didn't pick enough steam and smoke. So we were cooking with a wok, so it was tons of smoke. So we didn't have enough money to change the hood. So we end up wearing goggles, just to snorkeling goggles, to so we don't get blinded by the
just try to get
smoke.
through it.
Yeah.
This community has given us so much love, more than we could ever imagine, more than we can ever repay. A lot of the success that we experience now is not our success, it's a community success, because we were essentially raised by the people of Ocean Beach, of San Diego.
To watch what Steve and his family have done, what they've built just from OB Noodle House 1 to now launching Screwball Whiskey, the donations they gave along the way. You can't speak enough about how generous this family is.
I couldn't be more proud of the Yeng family and Steve for stepping up right in the middle of COVID and saying, we want to give $100,000 of our own money to the CRA to give directly to San Diego County team members so they can get out, buy groceries, pay rent. What they've done for this community, but not only Ocean Beach, but the entire county of San Diego.
When we were all skin and bone, people would give us clothes and would give us food basket all the time. We would always get bread and peanut butter. So that's how our love for peanut butter started, and eventually leads to peanut butter whiskey, and eventually lead to Screwball. Screwball became the most successful launch liquor brand for our mom and pop. We were fastest to 1 million case ever.
With the Yeng family, the sky is the limit at all times. Steve, his brother, his parents, everybody giving back, working collectively.
Coming from selling 35 cents donuts to being able to raise tens of thousands of dollars for people in need is just an unreal feeling. You tell me that 10, 15, 20 years ago that we would be in this kind of position, no way, not a bunch of kids from a refugee camp being able to raise that kind of money, being able to be where we are now.
We have always been on a mission to repay back those random acts of kindness that we got.